Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 9% Show. I'm your host, Steven Burton, and here at the 9%, y'all know we keep everything 100. If I haven't done it, not doing it, or not about to do it, it would not come out my mouth. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 9% Show. And like we always do around this time, we give a toast to the 9%ers out there and those that would like to get into the 9% Club one day. Toast to y'all. All right. Now, I know it's been, for those few of you that has been life or death on every single release we drop here on the 9%. We appreciate you out there. You probably wonder, where have you been, Steve? Where have you been? Okay, I thought you said every Friday you go release something. Well, if you notice, we changed the banner a little bit. Okay, the banner now says just new stuff coming. Okay, don't say when. But the fact of the matter is, I am really in the 9%, okay? And I am really running a business. And around this time of year, I am really, really busy. It is my time to get it, okay? For my company, perfecttux, this is all like big time of the year. It's prom season, early wedding season. It is really busy. So like, unlike maybe some of your other favorite influencers or business gurus out there, I really run a business day by day. So like when it's busy, it's busy. So it's been one of them times, but I'm glad I'm here. It's been a lot going on, but I'm glad I'm here, glad I'm back. And I came back with a vengeance of what I want to talk about, okay? Because if you know, it's a couple weeks ago, I made a video, maybe a couple more weeks ago, but a couple of episodes ago, I made a video about tariffs and like, what it means and what it could mean, who pays for it, blah, blah, blah. And we were talking all these hypotheticals, but how a month can change everything. Now we really have tariffs active. Now they are there. And I am going to be talking about how tariffs are affecting my small business, okay? The thing that I love about the 9% Show, and what I want you guys to know out there is that everything we do, like I said, we keep it 100. Okay, it is what I am literally going through. Okay, this ain't no talking point. It ain't no political view. It's like literally I am going through this right now. Like, what is the impact it is literally having? So, President Trump has pretty much, he went from everybody can get it to certain companies can get it to only now, never mind, I changed my mind, only you can get it. China can get it, 145% you, 20% you, 30% you, 75% you, blah, 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 blah. And then to like, okay, everybody back to 10% and we go negotiate deals and blah, 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 blah. In China, you stay 145%. It's been crazy. But in the real world, what has happened and why this is so, I am not a fan of tariffs. And there hasn't been like many policy decisions in any administration that I can say like literally affected me instantly. Like, a tax, cuts get done or new taxes get done. Eventually maybe you'll start realizing this trickles down, or like maybe a bad policy decision. 3 years later, you take the economy, now things is, and they could all point it back to, it's because you loosened regulations, or it was too much regulations and blah, 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 and a domino effect happened. But this tariff thing, like literally somebody just woke up one day and just screamed tariffs. And all of a sudden, I'm paying $300, $500, $600 more for something that I didn't pay yesterday. That to me is a tax. Okay? I am paying money out of my pocket that I didn't have to pay yesterday just cause somebody said so. And that is what is happening. And so what I'm actually dealing with is, I'm in the apparel industry, okay? The apparel industry is not in America, and it is not coming back in America for some large scale stuff. It's just not happening. Maybe certain industries, every industry is different, but there's so much that we just do not make out here in America, at least not even at large scales. And if we do, just the costs are really high, and it's just, I'm going to talk about this a little later. But what I'm actually dealing with is once these tariffs got announced, vendor after vendor, I'm just waiting for the emails to come. Yeah, so this is our tariff response. I have some of my vendors that say, we're gonna we're gonna just try to, we're gonna sell off our inventory we have on hand, and as soon as, we're gonna hold off price increases as long as we can, and that's what it is. I have some of my vendors, it's like, okay, this is the new price increase, period, blank period, this is what it is. I have some of my vendors like, okay, we're gonna have a temporary tariff fee, and then we'll see what happens. Once that goes away, then this fee will go away, and then the prices will go back to what they were. I got several different things, and it's really like it's now, like it's happened. And so, like I said, the tough thing about my industry is that it's apparel. Like, I mean, it is coming from China. It's coming from some of these other, countries, and it's just, I mean, I don't know. It just is what it is. So yeah, I mean, I've gotten some that's 20% higher, 20% fee. Some was about 23%, and that's just like right now. A lot of my vendors are also like, things that was on the water, like there was a cutoff, like, okay, you got in with the old tariff fee and you was good. But anything that's new being shipped on containers, like you're getting that 145 or wherever your, the country of origin is, you're getting that fee. So a lot of my vendors are like just doing a holding pattern right now. They're not bringing in no more stuff. And so it's just very interesting to me. Like, one thing I love about business is like, I get to see things from a microeconomic standpoint first before it really reached the world, because it's like, I get hit with these price increases, and it forces me to, react to that, and then I react to it, and then customers react to it, and they react to it, and this react to it. And it's just like seeing things go, or seeing like, some of the recent news was like in the LA ports, like this week was going to be a drop in like, I think 40% of, if not more, I forgot what the exact number was, in shipments coming in. And it's just trickling over. Then you have like DHL saying they're not going to process shipments for under $800 international no more. And it's not that they can't do it, it's because they don't have the freaking manpower to be over there looking and doing paperwork and blah, blah, blah for all these little packages. And it's just crazy. So like this trickle effect, it is going to hit, the longer this stays in place, it will hit you eventually. It has hit my customers whether they know it or not, but inflation is going to happen. Like, all this stuff is real, okay? All this stuff is real. And so it leads me to my next thing of like this thought process of just raise your prices. Like that's the easy fix. And this is where you get into like the hidden cost, and where it's not just so easy to do this. And that's where like anybody that just says that just never ran a business or never ran a small business, I mean, I don't know what it is, but it's just not simple. Let me put you into a real world of what like happened to me. So this is my peak season. Like, I am literally in it for our prom season, and we made a prom special deal, special prom suit package deal. You get your whole thing just for prom kids, blah, 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 at this certain price. I think $169.99. Let me just plug it now. It's probably gone now. It's probably not available since proms are over, but we have something going. I don't know, whatever. So I had it. It was an in-store promo that we had for like in-store customers. And then actually this year we tested the waters with making it available online. Just, whatever. We just wanted to try it out. So we did that. But the fact of the matter is, so okay, my prices increased. I was already not making that much money on these things, but it drove in, sales, and then we could add on other things, add on, ties, add on shoes, other things that, high margin items or whatever the case may be. But what it forces you to do is like, okay, just raise the prices. Well, it's not just raise the prices. We done spent the past 5 months working on content. Videos, reels, promotional items, Google ads, Facebook ads, all this stuff that says prom special this price. I done paid for in the store actual signage, flyers. Like, I just can't change the price. Like, what do I need to do? We're smacking our busy season. I'm like, it's go time. I purposely told the team, okay, we need to get ahead of this stuff because every year we usually like are kind of scrambling, making email marketing, making this, all this type of marketing. And it's like, let's get ahead. Let's get, during our slow season, let's start whipping this stuff together. So now you're asking me to change all of that stuff in the mid while it's popping off? So what did that force me to do? I had to take off the Prime Special from my website. It just didn't make sense economic-wise to offer it online. For in-store, I was just like, you know what? We already had this stuff out there. In-store is a little different. We have lower return rate. Maybe we can, but I told the team, we really need to drive home these accessories, really need to get on these add-ons as much as we can. But we kept it going there. But it was like, but that's again, you just can't raise your prices. Nobody's thinking about all that type of stuff. Or even just, like I had to raise a lot of my prices. And just the time consumingness of raising your prices. I don't know how many of y'all have a Shopify store or any type of e-commerce store, but yeah, that's time consuming. That is a lot of work sitting there, every single SKU, every single size, changing prices. Changing prices on your inventory system. Like, that is work you have to do. Like, this isn't just some basic stuff. And then it's not just raise your prices. Well, then I'm worrying about, okay, will my customer pay this price? Is it within their wheelhouse to pay the price? Is my competitors also raising their prices? Am I still aligned? Maybe some of my competitors are direct to consumer. Maybe they bring in their suits and stuff directly. I buy wholesale. So maybe they bring out directly, so they already got a lower price. So maybe they did raise their price, but it's not as high as I got to raise my price. I got to think about that. Like, see what this person's doing. Like, all of this stuff. And then, like, raising prices is such a sensitive thing. Like, as a business owner, you don't want to do nothing that's going to kill sales. You don't want to do nothing that's going to make somebody say, no, I'm good. Oh, I'll go somewhere else. So, like, it is not that simple. It is not that simple at all. But, so just raise your prices. Just do this. I mean, it's just a lot more complicated. I would see people online and have conversations. My Facebook is where I kind of really get my political opinions in and all that type of stuff. But, it's just, you just really tell of people that just don't know what they're talking about. And then what the crazy thing is like, even at these high levels of government, they don't know what it's a reason why these tariff levels haven't been seen since like 1909. Something crazy. I mean, it's really, again, I'm going to dive into it some more. And again, I'm not trying to make this fully political, whatever the case. I'm just giving you the business side from a business owner, what I'm seeing, okay? So after, having to make these decisions, seeing where people was at, and another thing that was a little weird that people just do not think about from a business owner standpoint. A lot of my vendors said when they made notifications that we have these price increases, they were like, okay, we have to increase, price is going to increase on, in 4 days, 5 days, 3 days, whatever. If you want to keep the old pricing, place your order now before then. I wasn't planning before last week to all of a sudden make a big old bulk purchase. Again, I am in my busy season. We have already spent tons of money marketing and allocated money to other things. I'm not in a position to want to buy a lot bulk right now. Where is that money coming from? This ain't monopoly money. Like, just to have it sit there, and then all of this stuff going on with the economy, with tariffs and whoop, and like, okay, I buy all this stuff. Is stuff hitting the fan next week? Is stuff hitting the fan 6 months from now? Like, it forced me to be in a position where, like, I got to make good decisions. Like, okay, I need to hold on to this cash. I can't just buy something bulk and just hope whatever just to keep these prices. It's just not as simple as you might assume of like, what it is, or, that's just a higher tax write-off because you just pay more, blah, blah, blah. It's just, a lot more goes into this thinking, okay? So, I made the decision that I didn't, certain things that was winners for us and I know does well, I kind of bought, a good amount to just try to ride through things. But for a vast majority of things, I'm just kind of like, whatever, it just price increases. So, at the end of the day, what did I have to do? Yes, prices went up, okay? Prices went up. the crazy thing about it is, talking about this micro, like seeing how the economy works, people paid the prices. Like, people bought it. That is inflation. It cost this yesterday, now it costs this today, and you just bought it. Like, that's what it is. So who pays for the tariff? So let's see what just happened, okay? My vendor brought some stuff in, they get charged a tariff. They just charged me a 20% tariff. So I'm paying 20%, again, I'm just waking up one day, depending on how large my order is, I was seeing charges from $300 to $500 to $800 on just a tariff. So then I'm paying it. Now I raise my prices and now my customer is paying it. It just is what it is. But so who's paying the tariff? There it is. There it is. It's not up for debate. That is literally what happened with me, okay? That is what's happening. So, it's just crazy times. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like I said, and the thing that I'm having the hardest time trying to figure out is, like, what is the end game? What is the point of all this? I hear all these reasons for whatever. I mean, I understand it, but, like, you really want manufacturing brought back to America at a large scale? It's like, it's like, we don't have the infrastructure for certain industries. And even if you did, this current administration, they wake up, they tweet something, by the time they wake up, they tweet something, by the time they go to sleep, they tweet something. You can't make no decisions. And if you want a factory to be built, when I bought the perfecttux store, I didn't just do it for thinking about 30 days down the line, a year down the line. It was a long-term investment, 10 years, 15, 20 years. Like, it was not a short-term investment. So it's like, if all this wishy-washy stuff is going on, you really expect somebody to make an investment into a building, build something up, the manufacturing, train the people, get them, who knows if people know how to sew and do everything else. And that's just my industry, let alone something more complicated, whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden you have all these workers. Who's going to train these workers? Who's going to do X, Y, Z? Do they even want to do the job? Whatever the case may be. And then just what? Just for somebody to wake up and say, no, we're changing the policy. We're dropping tariffs. Or it takes a couple years for this stuff to get built and established. Then you have what? Another administration? They got different policy? Like, who is going to be making these decisions in this type of environment? Like, I don't understand the end game. And even when this stuff gets back to, you're still going to have cheaper stuff. And like, what I don't understand is, like, trade imbalance is not a horrible thing. Like, sometimes we get stuff in that we put in other products that we make. It might have us part from this thing, but then we make it here and we pay and we employ people here, and then we sell it for more and we sell it to this country. Like, there's so much things. Again, it is just, some stuff needs a fine-tuned comb, or like, I am okay with targeted tariffs, like per industry, like what they did with the microchip thing. Like, they're like, okay, after COVID, we need to be chip independent in this country. It can't be dependent on whatever. Okay, we're going to start investing. They're still investing in it now, the CHIPS Act, blah, blah, blah. But it's a long-term investment, getting these manufacturing hubs up and all this stuff built and people trained. It takes a long time. But then you say, hey, we're putting tariffs on these chips because we want y'all to buy the chips from it. Like, it's a strategy for this type of thing. There's not no blanket tariffs, and it's just crazy. Like I said, I do not understand what the end game is, and it's driving me crazy that nobody can say what the end game is. And every time somebody just changed their mind one day, that is the new goal of what's going on. But again, I'm trying not to get political here. I'm just talking business. Okay, I'm just talking business. So then we get to the point where, tariffs are bad enough. They are bad enough. They suck. Again, they are a tax, and I'm paying it, and they suck. But you know what's worse than tariffs? Okay, what's worse than that? Or what? Not that's worse than it. But on top of that being bad enough, then you put uncertainty on top of it, which makes it worse. Again, I just gave you an example of like, you want me to, as a business owner, you want me to invest in and build manufacturing and do all this stuff and bring all this stuff to America. I don't know what's happening next week. I don't know what's happening in a couple hours. I don't know what, let alone a couple years. Uncertainty is horrible. Again, I just broke down. I could have bought some bulk and got a better price, but uncertainty stopped me from doing that. Uncertainty makes me think, okay, I shouldn't hire somebody. Uncertainty makes me think, oh, I should fire somebody. Uncertainty makes me think, oh, I don't know what the economy is going to be, so I'm just going to hold on. I'm just going to wait. I'm just waiting. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of other people like that. My vendors, uncertainty is making them say, no, don't ship me this yet. Just hold it there. We'll just wait until something. Okay, that is what's going on right now. That is what's horrible about all of this. It's like we don't know where the wind is blowing. And I'm the type of person I don't look at talking points. I don't look at commentary. I don't need news. I go directly to the source. I've seen these Senate hearings and everything else, and it's like literally contradiction after contradiction after contradiction. And it's just crazy, okay? It's crazy. Again, what's the end game? What are we doing here? What is going on? Okay, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. Uncertainty is really bad, okay? And the crazy thing about it is I've seen so many different businesses, so many different small businesses going through certain things. Either you voted for Trump, you didn't vote for Trump. It's going after all of us. For me, I'm just on the side of small business. And for my last point I want to make here is just what I wish policymakers really knew about small businesses. Because honestly, recently I just saw an interview with Trump on, what was it, Meet the Press. And there were some comments about small businesses like, made me think like, you don't really know what a small business is, or you're just really concerned about these large corporations. So if I could let these policymakers know anything, it's that, you know what? Did you know 99% of the businesses in America are small businesses? 99%. I mean, they define a small business of 500 employees or less. I mean, 500 employees is a lot of employees. I mean, I don't think you're that small, but that's the definition of it, 99% of that. Of that, within that 99% is a total number, 75 to 80% is micro businesses. Employees 0 to 9 people. Say self-employed or you not. I am in the micro business category, but that's like 75, 80% of the nation, okay? I think small businesses employ like dang near half of all the jobs in America. So it's not about these large corporations, the ones that can, oh, the Microsofts, oh, the Apples, you need to make your iPhone, they could just, you know, maybe they can build a factory, or maybe they can adjust like it ain't nothing, or go to another country and whatever the case may be. But it's like someone like me, like I would buy American if it was freaking here. If it was here, if I had an option. I go to this big old trade show every year called Magic in Las Vegas. Every single vendor from the world is there. And not one of them make it in America. At least not that I've seen. And I'm not talking about, oh, somebody's little t-shirt press. I'm talking about from a high scalable business operation. Like, it's just like I saw this reel, it's from a Trump supporter, and this guy was just like, you know, he had a business for, I think it was wheels.
All right, I hate asking for help. I'm not asking for any handouts, but I'm a small business owner that is directly being affected by the 104% tariff that has been put on China. I import alloy wheels for cars, and I do somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 containers a year, which is a small business in regards to this industry. At 104%, I am absolutely going to implode and will not last 6 months. So with that said, I'm asking, is there anybody out there that has connections with manufacturing facilities, specifically alloy wheels, either in the United States or outside in these lesser tariffed countries like Mexico, Indonesia, Thailand, India? I need to find another source. I've emailed a lot of these companies and cannot get a response. And I just don't know if it's because I'm a small business or what exactly it is. So if anybody's out there that can help or shed some light, maybe provide some information that would be helpful, I would really greatly appreciate it, because if not, it's just a small business here that's going to go under, and I'll be back to digging ditches again, which I'm not scared to do, but it's a little harder to do with a wife, 2 kids, and at 45 years old. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
As you see, he over here, just like trying to find it in America. Show me where it's at. Like, you are literally killing business because you're literally, like, these tariffs, like, it's just freaking crazy. And it's like, you need to understand these percentages. When you get a container in, you're not talking about 1, 2, 5 pieces. Like, for my vendors, I feel them. I understand where they're coming from. I totally get it. They are bringing in thousands of pieces at a time. And let's say it was, $8 per piece tariff fee. 1,000 pieces, make life easy. That's $8,000. And then a lot of times they got a container coming 2 months after that. So that's $16,000. $16,000 they just got to come up with, poof, instantly, and then hope that they sell it off. Like, and that's just at that scale, let alone furniture, whatever, bigger price items, freaking back to school shop, big old things. Like, I saw a news report, somebody, like, their tariff charge was freaking like almost $500,000. Of course that stuff is gonna sit there. Like, it doesn't even make sense. You can't do nothing with it anyway. So it's like, I just wish that small businesses didn't need to be the guinea pig in this experiment. That's what I wish. Or, same way they did it the first term, they had to bail the farmers out and give them money. Well, you know what? Maybe you need to bail out the people that want to shop in America but just can't find it. It's not there. It doesn't exist. Maybe we need some exclusions. Maybe we need a check. I mean, what do you want us to do? It's crazy. So that is my box soap, and I'm glad I've got a chance to, everybody else got a platform to talk about this stuff. I'm glad I had a chance because this is what's really happening. Okay, it ain't up for debate. Okay, and if somebody leave a crazy comment, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, where's your business at? This is the 9%. It's only 9% of people that do this what I do. Okay, so if there's a room of 100 people, there's 9 people in there that got an opinion like I got an opinion. But anyways, I digress. But yes. So that's how tariffs is affecting my small business. And I am praying for all my small business out there. Hang on. Hang on. Do what you can. Do what you got to do to survive. In some wild times we are living in. Some wild times, But till next time, I'll catch you everybody on the 9% Show. Please, hey, if you like what you're hearing, you like what we're talking about, please like this video, subscribe to our channel. We will catch you next time on the 9% Show. Peace.